Welcome to the North Shore 9 podcast presented by FanDuel. This is the NS9 postgame show powered by Primanti Brothers. I am Ryan Alexander. With me is Doug. Doug, this is my season debut, your second, and but our first time giving away sandwiches in 2026.
We got to win. I have to shout out to your friend Lisa first. Lisa is in the chat. The Arizona Wildcats are in the Final Four, and first time in 25 years, and she said, "Talk about long suffering." Lisa, do you know where you are? You know what room you're in? 1979, baby. Right?
We are long sufferers here. She knows it. Yes, big Arizona fan, as am I. So I'm excited about the Final Four. But
good for them. They look good. But let's get perspective.
She's definitely in the right. She's in the right spot if she's looking for.
She's in the right room. Join me as a Sixers fan, 1983. As a Steelers fan, I don't know. Was it like 1940 for the Steelers? It's been so long, I can't even remember. Anyway, but yeah, the Buccos win. The important thing, the Buccos win, and we're giving away 4 sandwiches. So put your hashtag raise it in there, and we can discuss this win. Not a pretty win, but I kind of get the feeling that that's going to be Pirate baseball this year. We're not a good defensive team. We've got, 6 guys playing out of position. There's a mandate for our pitchers to all go 3-2. Donny Kelly has a thing about bringing in Dennis Santana before he should bring in Dennis Santana. So then you're left with bringing in Hunter Barco in his 3rd major league game to protect a 1 lead. And you're left with Jose Urquidy trying to close out a game, the last guy to make the roster. It worked today. I don't agree with it. When you're on the road and in a tie, for me, you should save your closer, but you also got to get to that next inning. So, it's just preference, I suppose. But they won, and it was Henry Davis who knocked in what turned out to be, not the winning run because it took another run after that. But you get Henry Davis knocking in a run in extra innings. You get Jose Urquidy getting a save.
Davis making the great tag there.
Oh, the nice tag off a throw from O'Neal Cruz, right? Nice relay from Cruz to Triolo. So I think that's what we're going to see from this team. We're going to see some spectacular things from people, and then we're also going to see a guy that should be playing third base, playing shortstop, making an error. And, just weird things happen because we're not a fundamentally sound team. And it's too early to call a lot of things. This team being not fundamentally sound, we can call that today. This team just does not believe. They talk about winning in the margins, but they don't believe in being fundamentally sound because they haven't been since maybe the 2021 season when Derek Shelton had them working on infield defense, every pregame. But they don't do any of that anymore. Nobody knows where to throw it. Nobody knows how to. And then they're playing out of position. So, but we are talking about a win.
We won, let's get back to the win. Be positive here. We won 4-3 win. Like I said, wasn't really how you scripted it up. Jose Urquidy getting his 2nd save of his career. I had to look it up. He had one back with the Astros in 2023. Ryan O'Hearn delivers in, the 10th inning. And then, like you said, Henry Davis delivers and makes the tag in the bottom of the inning. So it wasn't pretty, Doug. But look, if they lose this game again in extra innings on another walk-off, it's a devastating start to the year. 3 road games in New York, and you lose 2 of them on a walk-off. It was just going to be a tough series, a frustrating one. So at least they got one. They could have won yesterday, but they get it done here today. And Doug, the bats, we've left a lot of people on base the past 2 games. We know on opening day they scored 7 runs. Yesterday they left 17 on. Today I think they left 10 or 11 or something on. But they got 4 runs. Brandon Lowe, Doug, how are you feeling about the Brandon Lowe pickup? He homers again today, 3 home runs in 3 games. And then we talked about Ryan O'Hearn again. Ryan O'Hearn had 3 hits. He drives in a run in the extra innings. So those guys, they've been.
We acquired 2 All-Stars from last year, and they've started right out playing like All-Stars. Yep. You can't ask for better than that because people that can hit often come to Pittsburgh and forget how to hit. We often sign guys that we're hoping will bounce back and never, they just get worse. So the fact that these guys have started out these first 3 games being productive is very encouraging. We want to score 4 runs a game. right? That's sort of the benchmark we score for, and we've got a good chance of winning. That's what happened today. Carmen Mlodzinski had a nice start. Again, I talk about this all the time. I want everybody to be more efficient. But yeah, I mean, he gave, what did he give? 5? What was it? 5 1/3, or
It was 4 1/3. He finished the fourth inning and I think he was at 77, 78 pitches. They brought him back out, which is the same amount of pitches that Keller was at yesterday.
Yeah.
But I understand bringing Mlodzinski back out for the fifth because it was only the fifth. You kind of needed, this bullpen was already going to be kind of overworked 3 games in, which is kind of absurd to think about, Doug. But here we are already. The bullpen's kind of like, I mean, Santana pitched in all 3 games. I mean, it's, so they're kind of in a tough spot. But you also kind of wanted to see Mlodzinski go through that order, the third time. If he's going to be a starter and this is where we're at, then I understand it's his first, it's his debut of the season. So they brought him back out. Lindor hit a triple off him. They tied the game up. They got him out of there. Look, I thought Mlodzinski was fine. I kind of came on board with him being the 5th starter late in spring, only because Clevenger and Urquidy and nobody was really getting it done. So I was fine letting Mlodzinski be the 5th starter until Jones is back and hopefully end of May. So you want to see him go through the order second time, third time. But I mean, what we saw from him today, the strikeouts, what do you have? 8 strikeouts.
8 strikeouts,
he looked pretty good through 4 innings. Now, that's pretty much what we saw from Mlodzinski. That's why we kind of want him to be that role in the bullpen, because he has been electric in that 2-3 inning role. He's can get strikeouts, and he did it today. 77 pitches in 4 innings, came out for a 5th and couldn't finish it. That's kind of been the knock on him. But I mean, what'd you think of him overall? And it's the first start of the season, so
yeah. I mean, it's a lot of factors. The Mets lineup is a very good hitting lineup. For the most part, until that last inning, he handled Lindor and Soto quite effectively. I think he struck him out the first 3-4 times or whatever. But yeah, look, the 5th starter in today's baseball is a guy that goes 4 or 5 innings. Right. It's not running out, some guy getting 7, 8 innings out of it anymore. Now, like you said, our bullpen is already exhausted, and we're going to have 2 more guys that are going to be 4 and 5 inning pitchers, probably on their first starts anyway. Right. We'll be calling someone up in the bullpen soon because someone's arm's going to be falling off. But yeah, look, I was sort of against the Mlodzinski thing last season, but and last season, it seems like they sort of gave it to him, and that always sort of, he earned it this season. He was the best of Clevenger, of Urquidy, him, Barco. He was the best. He has worked on his repertoire and improved it, increased it, that sort of thing. He did a good job. I mean, again, this applies to Paul Skeens, to everyone on down. They need to throw fewer pitches. They've got to stop going 3 and 2 on everybody. If Carmen Mlodzinski wants to secure this job and wants to hold it down and be effective at it, he's got to get at least through 5, right? And and it'd be nice if it could be 5 1/3, 5 2/3, and occasionally give you 6 or something. But yeah, he looked good, and you sure don't want to shut down the experiment yet. First start on the road. Handled a pretty good lineup. So yeah, I was impressed. I look forward to seeing more. Again, I stress, talk to Soto, talk to Santana. Let's talk about being more dope.
Right, pitch to contact from time to time. It wouldn't hurt this team, at least early on too, because they definitely used a lot of pitchers, 2 extra inning games to start the year, so it's tough. And but I'm with you. It's the first start. I think Mlodzinski has about a 2-month window here. Until who knows what happens if there's injuries and stuff. He could stick in the rotation, but he's got about 2 months until Jared Jones is back. And like I said, I thought he was fine. I thought he was great today. Again, 8 strikeouts and 4 1/3 is nothing to sneeze at, but I also wouldn't mind that in a 3 inning role in the bullpen either. So
right. Well, and quite frankly, you could give me 3 strikeouts and go 6 innings, and I'd be happier. So strikeouts are sexy. They're fun. Innings. Outs are more impressive.
And overall, I mean, the bullpen was much better today. We saw them get, the opening day was like, oh no, like red flags everywhere on this bullpen.
Right.
We
Everybody
were worried
walked
about
the first two
control,
batters they
Mason
faced.
Montgomery. Yeah, everybody's walking guys. And like every red flag we were worried about, is Isaac Matson going to do it again this year? And he struggled on opening day. But these guys came out today, Doug, 5 2/3 inning, 1 run, which was the run in extra innings with the ghost runner and everything, but only 2 walks. I mean, Johan Ramirez, Mason Montgomery, Isaac Matson looked better, which was a promising
sign. It was very encouraging to see Matson after that last outing.
He threw 13 pitches, Santana 13 pitches, like you said, dope, the efficiency. So the bullpen, I don't know if it satisfied my concerns overall, but it was a much better outing from them today. And hopefully you kind of need the pitchers to, we're still kind of chasing the short start by Skeens. Like that really hurt this team, this series. So they kind of chased that the whole series. Keller was great yesterday, went 6 innings. But today it just, you needed guys to go. And
that Paul Skeens start, in which we should, that Paul Skeens and then O'Neal Cruz, impacting that start has, set us on a bad course. We don't have a day off till Thursday, playing the Reds the next 3 games, no day off in between. So the bullpen's going to get taxed. Again, hopefully these young guys can give some innings, and then Skeens can come in on Wednesday and go 7 or something. But went on the road against a very good team. They got one. Honestly, it never really looked like it in the first game, but had they got out of the first inning, tied it 2, if O'Neal Cruz catches those 2 pop-ups, maybe you get they had a chance, right? And I know, look, we're not after moral victories. We're after actual victories. But there's been some encouraged things that we've seen. Again, and Carmen Mlodzinski certainly has been one of them. The bullpen was definitely better today. The bullpen was okay yesterday until Barco, and again, I stress that was a bad position to put him in. So I put that more on DK than I do on Barco. So.
Yep. I'm with you. And we're going to get into the offense here, Doug, which I wanted to talk about, and Henry Davis, we kind of mentioned it briefly on, but let's hear a word from our sponsor. Here's Cody.
This episode is brought to you by IQ Bar, our exclusive snack hydration sponsor. IQ Bar protein bars, IQ Mix hydration mixes, and IQ Joe mushroom coffees are the delicious, low-sugar, brain and body fuel you need to win your day. The Ultimate Sampler Pack is a great way for you to try all IQ Bar products and flavors. You get 9 IQ bars, 8 IQ Mix sticks, and 4 IQ Joe sticks. All IQ Bar products are clean label certified and entirely free from gluten, dairy, soy, GMOs, and artificial ingredients. With over 20,000 5-star reviews and counting, more people than ever are fueling their lifestyles with IQ Bar's brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees. The Ultimate Sampler Pack includes all 3. My personal favorites so far have been the almond butter chip and the iced tea lemonade hydration mix. It's just really full of flavor. I love starting my day with it, and I couldn't imagine starting my day with anything else other than IQ Bar products. Right now, IQ Bar is offering our podcast listeners 20% off all IQ Bar products, including the Ultimate Sampler Pack, plus free shipping. To get your 20% off, text MLB to 64,000. That's MLB 64000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details.
All right, Doug, let's get into the offense. Look, here's where I'm at with the offense. They scored 4 runs today. Obviously, 2 of them were in extra innings. They're getting guys on base. They're getting hits. There's a lot of left on base the past 2 games, 12 today, 17 yesterday. They scored 7 runs though on opening day. Like, it's better. Like you said, we talked about Lowe, we talked about O'Hearn, what they've done. It's really the 2 all-stars you picked up that's like hitting, but it just give you like the feeling like this offense is going to be okay this year. Like we're obviously better than last year, which I don't know how you couldn't be. But like with these left on base, like the power is going to come from other guys. Like this offense is going to put up some crooked numbers this year. So like, what do you feel with this offense?
Yeah. Last year we had a lot of 1, 2, 3 innings, right? A lot of just easy, no pressure on the pitcher. Again, we spoke all year, so many pitchers, journeymen, fifth starters, guys coming off injury, that sort of thing. And they'd have their season high or career high in strikeouts or innings pitched or any of that sort of thing. We haven't driven them all in. We haven't picked them all up at this point this year, but we're getting guys on base. Guys are actually getting on base. They're making pitchers throw more pitches. They're putting more pressure on them. They're putting themselves in position to do stuff that they haven't necessarily done in the past. I mean, they got to produce, right? They got to bring them in. They got to cash it in. But again, compared to what we saw last year, where after the first 2 or 3 guys, I mean, most of the time it was just a breeze for any pitcher to get through. And that's not the case right now. It's a little harder, right? Nick Gonzalez has had a nice little start. Henry has not been, as bad as Henry looked in spring, has been a little better. Paul Oles says Jared Triolo shouldn't even be able to play on his 60-plus softball team. I think that might be an overreaction. He's a pretty good defensive player, and he gets the occasional hit, especially against lefties.
Can we say something brief on Triolo? Like, he shouldn't be batting in your top 6 of your lineup.
I agree.
Like, he shouldn't be leading off like he was yesterday. Today he's batting 5th or whatever. He shouldn't be in the top 6. He just shouldn't. Yeah. You have better players.
I agree.
I don't get that.
Donnie makes some weird decisions. And I would like explanations for them. Is he trying to split up the terrible hitters amongst the good hitters or something? Or, I don't know. I mean, but yeah, I would like an explanation why Jared Triolo is batting leadoff or why Jared Triolo is batting 5th. Especially when Spencer Horwitz, who hasn't done anything this year, but is clearly a better hitter, right? Yep. I mean, shouldn't he be batting 6th or leadoff? I mean, I would prefer him in either one of those positions over Triolo. And I like Triolo. But clearly we need to get Connor Griffin up here. I would like to propose a trade. Jim Rosati is down there in Indy. I say we keep Jim in Indy and bring Connor Griffin up. If nothing else, just to be on the podcast. But
Griffin had another good game today too.
Another good game, and that's exactly what you want to see. You want him to go to AAA and dominate, and you want him to be called up for the home opener, and he could still be eligible for all those PPI incentives and all that sort of stuff. But if he's up and he's playing shortstop, and now Triolo and Gonzalez are sort of, I don't want to say platooning, but kind of splitting third and giving allow a break at second base once in a while. I think that makes things look a lot better. Again, you want to have people in positions to succeed and people in the right place. And that's one thing. Ben Cherington is, he's just had no trouble. Like I said, I keep waiting for him to just. On the way out, and Brian Reynolds is going to run out to right field, and Charrington's just going to toss him a first baseman mitt and say, "Hey, you're first base today."
Right.
So, it's like, no warning, no prep, no. Hey, let him take grounders at first for a couple of days. None of that stuff. So,
well, get your hashtag.
Paul, settle down, Paul. Settle down.
Hashtag raise it's in. We have like 126 entries already. So we
get
are
those sandwiches.
Yeah. So we'll be giving away 2 sets of them. Yeah. 4 sandwiches total. We'll give away 2 here at the end of the show in just a couple minutes. Yeah. Somebody said DFA Rosati. I like that. Get Griffin up here. It's still this decision, Doug, to basically not get a third baseman in the offseason and then you send Connor down. It's going to linger with this team until Griffin's here. And even after that, I mean, it's one thing if you're playing Triolo at third but now you're playing Triolo and Gonzalez and then, Nick York, it's just going to linger on this team. So, hopefully it's not long for Griffin.
I mean, right. It's funny. We look at Ben Cherington's job and it's like, okay, he had all the spring training to get somebody and he didn't. Now, clearly in the offseason, they tried, with different third basemen and what have you. But that's no reason to stop trying to improve the team. Right. Like, you could still be making phone calls. I get it's harder and people want to see how things shake out. And they want to see how guys bounce back from injury and they want to see how the young guy, blah, 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 blah. But you should still be looking for a third baseman for this team. You should still be looking for a third baseman. You should still be looking for a fifth starter, quite frankly. Now doesn't mean you keep running out Carmen Mlodzinski because he's doing fine. But if you think you can find somebody better and then have Carmen Mlodzinski in that bullpen, because again, the bullpen, got going into extra innings. If you're going to use Dennis Santana in the ninth to get to extra innings, the options are very thin after that. So I would love to have some Mlodzinski, to give you, pitch the 7th and 8th or something. So they should still be working. Ben Sharing should still be working the phones, just scouring waiver wires and all that sort of stuff, trying to find ways to improve this team. I think this team, it's hardly saying anything. This team is better than it was last year. And I think after these couple games in Cincinnati, we're all going to be really excited again. It was a tough start to the season, but I think we're going to do well in Cincinnati. So yeah, let's keep moving, keep improving, keep seeking to make the team better. Because right now that shortstop, third baseman doesn't look that great. And the bullpen could kind of use one more type dominant guy. And again, we got Jared Jones coming back, hopefully. And, maybe he can be that until he's, worked up his innings, and, then him and Mlodzinski can kind of do a piggyback thing or something. I don't know, but yeah, there's still work to be done.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's better overall. Well, you got Lowe, you got O'Hearn, you got the 2 All-Stars you picked up that are hitting. Brian Reynolds hasn't had a great start to the season, Doug. He's been pretty bad. I thought he said he fixed his swing early in spring training. I don't know if he has yet. So that's a little concerning. I don't know how long you keep him in the 3-hole, as a couple people brought up in the comments here. But I want to talk about Henry Davis. Henry Davis got the start on opening day. He had a hit. He had a hit today in extra innings, which, drove in the 4th run. If Henry Davis has a hit a game, Doug, and hits 250, we will take that, correct? With the way he calls games, with the defense. Dude, is he not one of the better, I don't even know, home plate taggers in the game? When that relay in the 10th inning, he's always in position. He waits till he catches the ball and boom, just applies that tag. Dude, he tagged Lindor in the face.
In the face.
Took it in the chin. That was amazing.
But right, he didn't block the plate. He did it perfectly.
Right.
He did it perfectly by the rules.
It was great.
Very effectively. Got the tag on, right on the chin. It was great. He's hitting 250 with a 775 OPS after 2 games. I will take that from Henry all year long.
All year.
If he can take some of the, by producing like that, I think he takes some of the pressure off of himself, and maybe, he starts swinging a little freer, a little more, gets a little more loose, a little more confidence going. I think he just puts so much pressure on himself. But yeah, with, he's if he hits 250, he's probably an all-star.
Right. And that's the thing. We'll take it. He doesn't need to be. Yes, we were sold on the power when they drafted him, the hitting tool. If he hits 250 with 10, 15 home runs, sign me up.
I thought he was going to be an all-star first baseman, right? I thought he was going to be an all-star first baseman for us. That's they told us he couldn't catch when they drafted him. When they first brought him up, they wouldn't even let him get close. They were desperate. Catchers were dropping like flies. They're like, nope. It's 12-1 in the 9th inning. We're not even going to let you catch an inning. So, it's quite a turnaround for him.
Yeah, there's a comment here that says, pray for Ryan, as I'm a Tottenham fan as well. I figured when I got into soccer, why not go with Tottenham? Because, I'm a Pirates fan. So they don't spend, Pirates don't spend. Why not? It makes sense. But yes, I am, unfortunately.
And I do the same thing. Shouldn't we embrace a team that does spend so we can have that one? I know.
It just feels so weird to me, Doug. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Henry, man, he nailed Lindor right in the chin.
Yeah.
That was great. And they challenged it. He was clearly out. It wasn't even,
he was not even close. But you take that. You take a flyer, because you never know what they're going to see when they look at it. They're, how often these things come out. Not in the Pirates' favor. So I certainly would have challenged it too, even though it was pretty obvious he was out by a mile.
Yep. But yeah, I'm encouraged by Henry Davis. Like I said, if he starts hitting some home runs here and there, I'll take it. But At this point, yeah, if he's hitting 250 and anything, given anything, especially with the defense, I'm in. So, but besides that, like I said, Brian Reynolds awful today. Cruz had a awful strikeout in the 9th inning with the guy on runner, in second base and scoring position. He just struck out on a fastball down the middle. I don't know. Like, Cruz was better in the field today. I guess you could say that. I mean, opening day was a just complete disaster.
Yeah, but he lollygagged that one in there on the sacrifice fly, and then didn't bust it out really great to what he got thrown out at first. And look, he's gonna, first of all, we're already a little frustrated with him, and then you bring in Jake Mangum, who plays the way we all want a guy to play, and he's not going to make any of those kind of mistakes. You're never going to doubt his focus and that sort of thing. So Cruz is in danger of putting himself in a no-win type situation unless he's hitting, unless he's going 40-40 and doing all these spectacular things. Because day to day, you watch him, you get really frustrated. And then when you see some of these other guys ground, his sort of competition and the guy that can take his spot there, and you're like, oh, if he just had a little bit of that in him, might be all right.
He is. I'll say this. I mean, he went 1 for 4 today, had a walk, struck out twice. It's like that first at bat to the game. Like he's taking more pitches, which you mentioned in the group chat. Like it seems to be the Pirates are just taking a lot of pitches. Right? This is like a mandate thing from the organization. But he's having better at bats. We know he's got ridiculous, your favorite exit velocity, your home run power. So I think
they showed it on his grounder to first. His exit velocity was 105 miles an hour, and I find it interesting that they would show that stat. So how did that 105 impact the successful failure? It did not.
It did not today, no. But we know he's got some power in there. It's like it'll come. It's just he is taking better at bats, but like you said, it's just times he loses focus or whatever you want to call it, and I don't know. But I don't know, Doug. Are we? You have anything else in this game? Are we ready to give away some sandwiches? Or?
Yeah, I've complained the entire way through a win.
I was gonna say, so this sounds like another loss. And
I guess I don't know how to talk about positives. I've had so much practice talking about the negatives. So yeah, let's wrap this up. Let's give out some sandwiches. Mlodzinski was fine. The bullpen was better. Timely hits for a home run from Lowe, timely hits from O'Hearn and Henry Davis. A great play at the plate, and from everybody involved, right? From Cruz to cutoff man, Triolo to Davis with the fantastic tag. The Pirates get their first win of the 2026 season. 87 more to go, and let's give away some sandwiches.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I just want to see a playoff NS9 postgame show with Doug on it. A win, because Doug will have to be all positive, and it'll be a playoff
game.
Believe me,
I want to see that more than you. I've been waiting a long time.
All right, get your hashtag raise it's in. Well, we got 149 entries. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for our first sandwich giveaway of the year, first win. So yeah, we'll give away 2 sets here, and here we go. Good luck to everybody in here. This is pretty tough. I mean, I'm on here doing the first sandwiches. I half the time I can't even remember how to do it. All right, there we go. Tony, is that Tony D. Martino?
Tony D. Martino.
5345. Congrats, Tony.
Bon appetit, Tony.
That's right. So get at us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. You can email us, northshore9@gmail.com. Let us know. I think we need your email to get the sandwiches loaded on your app. So get at us, Tony, and we'll get those loaded. And here's number 2. Here we go.
Paul O's has gone crazy. Now he wants Cruz back at shortstop.
Oh my God.
Paul,
I think we
come back to us, Paul. Come back to us, Paul.
All right, Michael Horan. There we go. Sandwiches number 2.
Exciting.
Yeah, this is giveaway. I mean, look at this.
Yeah, sandwich. I'm so happy. Give away sandwiches.
So Michael and Tony, yeah, like I said, message us, email us, northshore9@gmail.com, and we'll get that stuff. We'll get everything over to you. Now look at this. Now it's screwed up our picture. There we go. Oh boy, there we go. But yeah, Pirates win 4-3. They move to 1-2. Doug, I guess we'll take one on the road against the Mets in Citi Field. I think Cody was in attendance today, so he was. I don't know. He was having some fun.
He's probably interviewing to be doing commercials. He does such a good job on that IQ bar read. That, they're probably asking him to be the voice of the Mets or something. I don't know.
64000.
64000. Right. No, but it's so good. The rest of it.
The Pirates
and
tomorrow,
down in spring training, he was smashing that stuff too. We got that sample box, and he was crushing it.
That's right. All right, tomorrow, Doug. Pirates at Cincinnati start a 3-game series. The Pirates, Ashcraft is on the mound. The Pirates are plus 105 odds at FanDuel. Chase Burns is going for the Reds. Could the Pirates come out and take it to the Reds this series? Are you putting some money on the Bucks?
I think I might, play a little there. Decent value, right? And I think they're better than the Reds. I think Ashcraft is Ashcraft's gonna have a really good season. I think that starts tomorrow. The Pirates just, I think if they can get to that 4-run mark, which at Great American Small Park is potential, and the potential for that happening. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this series, and then I'm really excited. We've got the home opener coming up against Baltimore. I would love to see Connor Griffin up. Don't know what's going to happen with that, but again, we have stuff to look forward to, and that's including tomorrow's game. So
yeah, Ashcraft, like I said, I'm looking real forward to what the season that Ashcraft has. Great American Ballpark, small park, like you said. Maybe some odds on a Brandon Lowe home run. Who knows? A Cruz, we'll see. But yeah, hopefully the Pirates can take it to the Reds. But yeah, we're happy to get one win, I guess, because an 0-3 start would have been brutal.
Yeah, it's tough. Like you need some validation for all the good feelings of the offseason in the spring. And we've been getting it, right? Even in the losses, there were positives to see, but you want it to translate to wins. We need wins. And it's easy to say it's only a couple games. It doesn't matter. But the reality is at the end of the season, if the Pirates make the playoffs, it's not going to be by a 10-game cushion, right? They're probably going to, sneak in, but, by being one game ahead of somebody else. So every win is valuable. We've already had 2 extra inning games. We're having 1-run games, close games, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we get away, we get out with a win. We're 1-3 against a very good team on the road. We're still on the road with Cincinnati. Division wins, those are always important. So let's go get them. Let's go Bucks.
Let's go Bucks. Live tailgate, April 18th. That's Saturday. It's coming up. We'll be here. It'll be here before you know it.
I did my calculations today. I think Paul Skeens, if things go according to the, there's going to be rain out, but Paul Skeens could be pitching on Paul Skeens bobblehead day. So
bobblehead day, NS9 tailgate. Look at that. You're out here charting pitchers to see where they're starting for this 11.
Oh yeah. Well, I was mostly doing it because I'm going to the next series against Texas, and I'm like, if Paul Skeens is pitching in Texas, that's the game I'm going to. That's
right. You're going to see Kutch too. So
Kutch,
he's off to a nice start this season. So
yeah, sure. Of course he is. And every one of these
motivated right now.
Right. Of course he is. And every one of these third basemen that we pursued are going to have great starts to their season. And that's all part of being a Pirate fan. So
of course. So all right, guys, we appreciate it. Thanks again. Like the video, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and we'll see you tomorrow. See you.
Thanks, guys. See you.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in, whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube. If you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.